Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whatever time of day it is where you are, good to you. I'm very excited today because I just got back from a bit of a cycle trip on Hadrian's Wall. Here's a picture. Yep, that's my bike next to a huge coin of Emperor Hadrian. I had a shower and then the doorbell rang. Bing bong. Although our doorbell doesn't do that, it's more like a very annoying. And the postman was there and he said, "Here you go, here's a package." So I signed for it thinking it was something off Amazon for Mrs. Soup. But actually no it wasn't. It was actually all the way from Nevada, Boulder City, Nevada, and it was fan mail for Archeo Soup. Can't believe it. So it came with all sorts of little bits and bobs and a letter. So here's the letter. Dear Mr. Soup, hello. Greetings from Boulder City, Nevada. Greetings. I am a big fan of Archeo Soup, and while, as Jindiana would say, wandering the streets of my wonderful city, I came across a few things I thought you over at Archeo Soup Towers might appreciate. Number one. Hoover Dam fridge magnet. Cool, okay. Please note there are no transformers present in the dam. Okay, right. So Megatron isn't being stored there secretly. Okay. 2. A fairly unique Martini Glass. I know that Mrs. Soup has been feeling unwell of late, and I figured this would cheer her up. How is she, by the way? Wow, you've no idea actually how much that matches Mrs. Soup's personality. Mrs. Soup is doing okay, she's alright. She's very uncomfortable, but we're sort of heading towards surgery at the beginning of April, so hopefully not too far away. But this, I can tell you, will cheer her up no end. Number three, the Celts of the British Isles book. Now, don't roll your eyes. Well, okay, I did roll my eyes a little bit when I saw it. I took a look at this book and noticed that it broadly took the same standpoint which you advocate. It examines the word Celt, acknowledges that it is very emotive, and the reality is complicated. I won't bore you or Mrs. Soup, who I believe you've said is Northern Irish. Yes, yes, she is in fact. By saying that I am 1/8 Irish, but I am. However, I am wise enough to know that even Irish people aren't Irish that far back. You know, you're absolutely right. Irish people aren't Irish, or obviously some of them are, or most of them are. But for example, Mrs. Soup, if you go back that far back in her family, or a few generations back, she's likely to come from northern France. So yeah, excellent, wonderful standpoint, and refreshing. I can tell you the number of people who accost Mrs. Soup in the street and go, you, I am part Irish, and she's like, oh, please. So yeah, thank you. Anyways, hope you're all okay over there in the UK. Look after Mrs. Soup. You're both welcome in Boulder. If you ever come to the States, peace, Francesca J. Wow. Thank you so much for the wonderful package. The things. In fact, actually, in fact, I'll go and put this on the fridge now. Hang on. Okay. So yes, thank you so much. Wonderful. And actually, I did take a quick look at this book, and you're right, it's very interesting actually. In modern times, the term Celtic tends to be very emotive and can conjure up many different images. But what of the ancient practitioners of Celtic art and culture? What of their origins and history? In this book, the author explores the early and subsequent history of the ancient peoples who were later called the Celts of the British Isles. Excellent. Yeah, I look forward to reading more of it. Thank you. So there you go. Thank you very much. As I said a couple of weeks ago, guys, I am having a couple of slow weeks, partly so that I don't go crazy, and also partly to look after Mrs. Soup in the run-up to going into hospital. So thank you very much for your patience, and thank you very much for this wonderful package, Francesca J. Now you can expect next week, guys, a wonderful seasonal video, a remake of the Easter special from last year. For those of you who didn't see it, I shan't spoil it, but you can probably guess you know, what it's going to be about, or where it's going to be about in the world. There's a certain island, perhaps, but it was deleted as part of the Great Deletion of 2011. So you can, yeah, look forward to that next week. And as I say, all in all, Mrs. Super's doing okay, but frankly, we can't wait to start the process of her getting better, basically, and that starts with some surgery in April. So here's hoping everything goes well with that. So once again, thank you so much for the fan package, as it were. I shall treasure this wonderful book. And yes, you're quite right. I did sort of go, oh, when I opened it. Oh, Celts. But no, it's wonderful. Thank you. So there you go. I'm uplifted. I'm going to go and sing with bluebirds for the rest of the day, I think. Hopefully, whatever you're doing out there, hopefully you're having a good day or you've had a good day. And basically, until next time, guys, bye-bye.